Screw the Nintendo Direct Mini, 2018's still gonna be amazing. Just because N-Dog didn't announce anything glorious in the Direct Mini, doesn't mean that everything we heard's all we're getting for the year. Nintendo likes having the element of surprise on their side by announcing Directs the day before releasing them, for the sake of creating just enough hype to get people talking. Anyway, with the focus being on one platform as opposed to a console and a handheld, there's just no way in HE single hockey stick that Nintendo doesn't have huge games in the chamber. I still stand by pretty much everything I said in the January Direct predictions video, except for the parts about the games being announced in January. But if Nintendo has big things in store for 2018, then why won't they share anything with us just yet outside of ports? Stay tuned and I'll tell you why, right after our new and less seizure-inducing intro. When I said screw the Nintendo Direct Mini, I don't mean to say that it was all that bad, but with all the extra hype they built up, they were in a lose-lose situation. I'm not gonna regurgitate everything you probably already saw for yourself, but I still thought what Nintendo delivered was pretty good. I mean, we got a few good games besides the Wii U ports, and the main purpose of a Direct in January should probably be to just let us know what games are gonna be coming out within the next 6 months or so. It makes sense to save the bigger games for later in the year and focus on the immediate future for now, which seems to be what Nintendo decided to focus on, with most of the Direct's games having release dates being in the summer at the latest. And considering how amazing the past few months have been for the Switch, I can't really complain about the Mini Direct. Even though a lot of what was announced were just Wii U ports, at least they're enhanced Wii U ports. Like I said, we just got Mario Odyssey and a poop load of other games, so let's just chill out for a minute and finish playing all that first, since most of us had to take out a mortgage to even be able to afford half the games. Some people think that a January Direct wasn't even planned in the first place and that this Mini Direct was meant to throw us a bone, but I don't think a multi-billion-dollar company would react to wild internet speculation like that. I mean, we didn't have much of an idea of what was coming out in 2018, so I'm sure they planned the Mini Direct for a while now, since even before Rumor Mania started running wild. It is possible that Nintendo might have called it a Mini Direct and simplified the presentation a little bit, so people weren't disappointed after some butthole from like 4chan leaked the January Direct, causing the hype to spiral out of control. The expectations became way too high for Nintendo to live up to. Even if they announced Mario Odyssey 2 plus Smash 5 with John Cena being in it, some people probably would have still been disappointed. I think N-Dog learned their lesson after the last Pokemon Direct. When they originally announced that, everyone went crazy expecting a new Pokemon game for the Switch, and all we ended up getting was a port of Pokken Tournament with an Ultra Sun and Moon trailer for the 3DS. And then the internet got pissed off, so at Nintendo's E3 presentation, the sexy old man from the Pokemon company Mishihara had to announce a new core Pokemon game from his desk to calm everybody down. He looked so sad while he did it too. So I do think Nintendo probably wanted this Direct to be more low-key after the hype from the leaks became too strong. But like I said, all things considered, I thought the Direct was alright. It was only meant to cover what's coming out over the next few months. Bigger games should either get their own Direct or be revealed at E3. One thing I will say though, is that Nintendo shot themselves in the foot by announcing Bayonetta 3 a month ago at the Video Game Awards. Why didn't they save that for the January Direct? By spilling a game that big a month before, it was like Nintendo didn't have room for it to feel important in January. Had they saved Bayonetta 3 and let it cap this Mini Direct off, then people would be buzzing a lot more than they are. No offense to Dark Souls, of course. So I do think Nintendo's a little bit to blame for the hype. Maybe they just wanted to build the idea that if Reggie-san shows up somewhere, that big news could just randomly be dropped. But if that's the case, then that's just another setup for disappointment in the future. Like, what if Reggie shows up somewhere and doesn't announce something? No matter how you look at it, the leaks kind of frigged things up for Nintendo. They've never really had a problem with this much hype being built beforehand. They usually announce Directs the night before they happen to surprise everybody and get them thinking about it just long enough to not let their imaginations run wild. Everybody would have been psyched if this exact Mini Direct popped up out of nowhere. I'm positive Nintendo has big things in store for 2018. And whether or not the January Direct was supposed to be bigger, the Mini Direct worked wonders for Nintendo. If people are disappointed, then great. Let them be, because Nintendo has nothing to worry about with all the great stuff they're going to throw at us later. With the Mini Direct lowering the bar again, the future Directs will be that much more impactful when Nintendo drops their N-bombs on us. And it's good to pace themselves anyway. If Nintendo showed all their cards at the beginning of the year, then people would have been disappointed for the E3 Direct. So for now, it makes sense to focus on the next 6 months. I'm just an ass surprised with some of the Mini Direct's announcements. I knew we'd get a port of an older Zelda game, but I had my crumb of a penis crossed for Wind Waker HD, and Mario Maker would have been pretty cool, but we did just get Mario Odyssey, so it's probably best they hold off on it for a little while longer and make it even better. But I don't think the games that were revealed in the January Direct are gonna be all we get between now and the summer. Nintendo could still drop a few gems here and there, and I'm sure third parties will do the same as well. After all, who's to say we won't get another Direct in the meantime? Some games are too big to share a Nintendo Direct with other announcements anyway. Something like the first trailer for Pokemon on the Switch definitely deserves its own Direct, especially if the rumors of there being a new battle system are true. In the meantime though, I think we'll be just fine for the immediate future, and I still have plenty of games to play from the past 2 months anyway. We've got zero to be mad about with the mini Direct, cause it's pretty awesome to have a life where not getting enough video games right away is something you consider a problem. Other people in the world have bigger problems to worry about, like me for instance, having a neighbor who gets naked and tries wrestling me every day while on meth. Plus, after Mario Odyssey, it's okay for the immediate future to slow things down a bit so we can get crazy again later on, and I still think the Switch's 2018 can top 2017. If you're mad about there being so many Wii U ports though, then watch the super awesome video I made explaining why there's no good reason not to port all the good Wii U games over to the Switch. Let me know what you thought about the mini Direct in the comments below though. Don't forget to like and share this video, and if you're a majestical sexy beast, then press the subscribe button if you haven't already. My name's Cameron, and I'll see you next time.
So I want to say thank you to your loyalty, thank you for your support.